Ahoy and hello. Welcome to Normal World. This is the news. Robert De Niro is being sued after his ex-assistant claims she was forced to do demeaning tasks like cleaning and researching schools for his children. You know, things an assistant might do. That's like auditioning to be a porn star and then being upset when you're asked to do anal.
Next year, Rockstar Games is celebrating 25th anniversary, which is pretty great. Going for a long time, with the release of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6. Gamers who don't want to wait the long time, however, can just go outside in any major city and just get the same experience there. Pretty much the same.
Smash and grab.
Patrick Dempsey is 57 years old and won People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. There he is. Look at him.
Yeah, good for him.
Dashing. He won because all the other contestants under 35 couldn't decide by the deadline whether or not they are men.
4 men were charged this past weekend after stealing a $6 million toilet from the English Palace. So if you're wondering how much the royal family cares about you, think of something that's worth more than most people will make in a lifetime and then shit in it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I'm quarterback Garrett.
And with us, as always, the wonderful Angela.
Hi. Thanks. Clap for me. Clap for me.
Clever, Angela.
Thank you.
I don't like being told.
Should we
You're
golf
doing
clap?
it. You're
Awesome.
doing it, aren't you?
Golf clap?
All right, that's enough.
Golf clap? One of my favorite guests, of course, on the show, friend of the show. Please welcome Derek Richards.
Great to see you guys. Nice to be back. How are you?
Good to have.
I'm good.
Good.
And more important than you or anything else on this show, this weekend I'll be at the Liberty Township Funny Bone. If you want to buy tickets, please come out. It's in Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati, where I'll be doing things for money.
Oh,
Please buy a shirt.
a lot of fellatio jokes. Go far.
Yeah, I didn't spell it out, but
Speaking
I'm
of
at that
fellatio,
point.
make a comment down below. Go down below on us.
Yeah, go down below, hit like. Hopefully you liked it.
Yeah, you don't have to make
Button
eye
down
contact,
below.
but it's appreciated.
Yeah, I mean you don't have to like it. I mean you have to say anything.
Yeah.
Make minimal eye contact and then wink.
Oh yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I want you to wink because of me,
Or like a reflex.
and have to wink for the next 5 minutes till you find a towel. I'm sorry, what?
Or jacket.
Royal family.
Whatever.
What were we talking about?
A family member's coat.
Whatever. Use what's available. Come on now.
Her Teddy Ruxpin because she's 7. All right. So anyway, what were you saying?
In the 80s?
Oh, that's true. Well, in
Teddy
in that
Ruxpin
space-
does
Age
it anymore?
yourself with that.
yeah.
Jeez.
Boy, I certainly dated myself with that molestation joke.
Horrifying. Here comes a comment.
I haven't been molested since it was popular to put a cassette tape into the back of a bear.
I've been molested since I was given a Beanie Baby on my way out of the guy's car.
Since my uncle made me turn off my night bright. Grandpa said, "Hey, that glowworm needs to be out
I
of
was
here."
going to go glowworm. Glowworm.
Dude, glowworms are great, okay?
Yeah, they were good.
Anybody that puts shade on glowworm.
You all right?
Yes.
Did you fall?
Yeah.
What happened?
you-
I dropped something.
Oh,
clumsy.
And these are really
women.
good mics.
that's
so
why we call her old butter shoes.
You do.
Always falling.
Flipping
I
around.
thought that was
You
weird.
have like MS. I realize it. Calling somebody butter shoes. Hey, I think there's a problem. Please stop calling Christina Applegate butter shoes. Well, she should get checked out.
Yeah.
Trippity jippity. Did you get it?
No,
They should put the camera
Oh, she's
on.
yeah. Get the camera back on her.
it's too late.
Just wanted to draw attention to you
late.
struggling.
It's too late.
Sorry, we
He
don't.
was going to comment on the channel.
We're professionals.
My friend Joe has MS. He's probably watching, so I'm very sorry.
Very serious. Very serious.
And I hope we hang out in the next 5 years.
Good friend.
One of my best.
Very close.
For real, who grew up in the house
Super
next
tight.
door to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love him like a brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can say jokes like that. And, well, I mean, we all know I'm not going to hit another 15, and that's probably by my own hand. So what were you saying?
I took the
Hillary
under.
Clinton, who was on The View.
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of death.
She compared Trump to Hitler because she's original.
Hitler was duly elected. That's right. And so all of a sudden, somebody with those tendencies, those dictatorial, authoritarian tendencies would be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut this down. We're going to throw these people in jail. And they didn't usually telegraph that. Trump is telling us what he intends to do.
We need to listen to
Take him at his word. The man means to throw people in jail who disagree with him, shut down legitimate press outlets, do what he can to literally undermine the rule of law and our country's values.
He will use the military to stop protesters.
He's going to do it. He's not going to do a whole bunch of stuff right now.
You mean like how you're trying to throw Trump in jail for the last 2 years because he disagrees with you?
Last 2 years.
I mean, 4?
Or all the January 6 people
Yeah, what about them?
that may or may not have been there.
He's like, he's the one, he's saying it out loud. We're supposed to be quiet about this.
That's what I love. It's like, he's a politician who's going to do what he says. What is this shit?
How dare he?
She literally read everything out of the current administration's playbook.
Like, we secretly screw everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is he
Deal with
doing
the program?
Like, when I love, and you're right too, the Hitler comparison. Are we done with that yet?
Yeah, please. It's very old.
And also, really, Hillary? How many people? Like, the only thing, like Hillary, not allegedly, Hillary, you've just killed a bunch of people. Like, who is Trump killed? Stormy Daniels' finances? Like, there's no, like, you can't, you're sitting on the very show that Norm Macdonald called you and your husband a murderer.
Yes.
How ironic is that?
That's hysterical.
This was recently. I feel like we're in a weird time loop because this feels like this happened in like 2016 or something.
Oh, it did. It's just the same. She had 7 years to think of a new comeback.
She's like, hot sauce, Hitler. I don't know. Hitler, I guess.
I love putting hot sauce.
Whoopi's here.
Yeah.
I might say hot sauce.
I don't know what to do. Whoopi loves hot sauce, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Whoopi, I got a barbecue sauce I carry around in my purse, and Trump's Hitler. That's right, child.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then she literally went ahead to say that Trump is going to surround himself with an administration that is just going to be corrupt from top to bottom. And I'm like, oh, you mean like,
Yeah.
you mean not unlike the upstanding existing administration that has a tranny stealing luggage at the airport?
Have to be
Presidential son who's coked up
Transmission.
with more hidden financial
Right.
outlets than a terrorist cell.
Well, and also in a book called Laptop from Hell that's been now published for years, where it's like, oh, this is where they met in Hollywood at the Beverly Hills Hotel. This is where it was corroborated. This is where the evidence is. Like, what you're saying? What Trump is like? Can you believe that he's going to side with like-minded people to get things done? Well, yeah, that's asinine.
Yeah.
What you want to do is deal with people who don't agree with you.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's worked on our show today. It's an inside joke.
It's worked. He was elected, guys. Hitler was elected. That means that anybody that's
There's a
elected
comparison.
is also Hitler.
Spot on comparison.
That's true. So
Hitler drank water, too.
So you're saying he did nothing like Biden?
All I'm saying. Oh. Are we allowed to say that on YouTube?
I was inferring that Hitler and Biden are not the same. I think YouTube should be like that.
Yeah.
You know, not because of the...
Not because of any kind of fortification.
No.
Hey, if Hillary wants to get rid of Trump, she just needs to get him to testify against her.
That's true.
Problem solved.
Okay.
That's some Clinton 4D chess.
Yeah, you're going to find him suicide in a dumpster
Donald
with
Trump did not kill himself.
6 slugs in his back.
Whoops.
Oh, man.
Hung himself in the tree.
How did that happen?
Shot himself in the chest.
It's so weird to slice your own throat like that after dangling yourself by your feet.
He was on the edge.
And then
If there's one thing, he always lacked confidence and seemed depressed.
Yes. Donald Trump.
yes, clearly.
Trump's lawyers said his team will be pushing for a $250 million civil fraud case. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Good Lord. Against him to be dismissed as a mistrial, which when, wow, as it should be. I should read this part before because that just.
No, I think this is the best way to do it.
Yeah, I read a lot of this today because, wow, when it. Yeah, that's enough. So anyway, yeah.
Moving on.
He should move on. But Trump had a number of his associates facing charges testifying business records, insurance fraud, and conspiracy after being found to have overvalued several properties and exaggerated his net worth to secure loans and business deals. Maybe he should have hired an honest lawyer.
Hello, I'm Timothy Goodchild, and I'm a lawyer, but more importantly, I'm a Christian. And just like the good book says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. That's why I have never told a lie. Also, why I've never won a case.
I'm Eric. I got into my ex-wife's phone and caught her sexting my boss. Timothy said that spying was a sin, and so was divorce. I lost my case, I lost my job, and now I owe her 40% of my income, which includes my tips from bartending at their wedding this weekend. Thanks, Timothy.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, 21 and 22. Don't eavesdrop on the conversation of others. What if the gossip's about you and you don't want to hear it? Eric found out the hard way.
Hi, I'm William. And when I was hit by a Walmart truck, I called Timothy Goodchild. And he didn't get me anything. Not one penny. Really. I just wanted him to pay for my medical bills. But he said that was forbidden. By 1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 10.
Extortion is to obtain something through coercion and intimidation, and that's a sin. Sure, William was never gonna walk again, but he's also not gonna lose a single night's sleep knowing he didn't take selfishly from his fellow man. That's why I've tried over 2,000 cases, and I've never won a single one.
Come closer. I have something for you. My name is Miles. Timothy was my court-appointed lawyer. I did not know about his honesty policy when I told him that I murdered my landlord and ate his wife. That was supposed to be a privilege. He let everyone know, and I was sentenced to death. But if I find my way out of here, I'm going to pay a visit to Timothy, and I'm going to enjoy a feast.
Thou shalt not kill. Miles may have gotten 2 murder convictions, but I didn't lose a single moral one. That's why if you call right now, you're gonna get the one thing this whole world needs: an honest attorney. So call now and get what Jesus didn't. The punishment you deserve.
So call that number now.
Oh,
Swear to God.
I should have gone before Angela.
That was glorious. That was a great performance, William.
That's like the best part.
Thank you.
And also, before you rush out, if anybody, I want to say Garrett and I both Christian.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a pro-Christian commentary right there. We're saying they're honest, good people. So if you're a lawyer who has to lie, it's kind of funny that you do have to lie with the attorney-client privilege. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be a lawyer either. I think that's good for you.
It's just the world. It's how it works, sadly.
If you want to go to college for 8 years and read books, I think that sounds awful. But I've had to use lawyers many times in my life, and I'm glad that you exist. And I promise I wasn't looking for one that was honest. I was like, hey, I'm real guilty. Can you get me out of this?
Did you lie? legally
For
for
me?
me?
So, I don't want to take the stand, you see, because then that is a crime under oath. But if I could tell you what really happened, and you could find a roundabout way to make probable deniability, that would work out well for me. Hence the point of a lawyer. So if you're mad, that is actually a pro-Christian sketch. I just want people to know because a thing happened.
You know, in the Bible, things happen.
They do.
You do.
Like miracles.
That's true.
And sometimes those miracles come in the form of sheets.
Is that true?
Miracle made. That's indeed.
I'm really proud of how you just did that.
That was really good.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful segue.
It was like watching a baby bird like leave the nest and fly.
I want
for the first time.
I want to hug you.
Well.
Anyway, seriously, that was
Please
great. Keep it. And I'm going to hug you from the back later. While you're
As long as there's some miracle sheets involved.
well, you'll be at a urinal. You wear what you want.
The
Did
shroud
you
of
know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? It's disgusting.
What?
Or a urinal.
Or a urinal.
No.
Disgusting. But you know
Even
what doesn't?
Even a royal golden toilet?
Even a royal one.
What?
Still germs. But if they drape that beautiful golden throne with some Miracle Made, I already disappointed you. Miracle Made sheets, those things can wick those things right away. They're antibacterial.
That's right. And they're
I
also
don't even know how
good-
they work.
They're good for acne. They're good if you have allergies.
Yeah.
And they're actually really comfortable. I order them myself and I sleep on them every night. And like I've always said, because they are antibacterial, I don't need to wash them. But I hear they get more comfortable as you wash them. So maybe in a few years from now, I'll know.
Yeah. They're cool. They keep you cool at night.
do
If you like
keep
to
you
sleep cold, like I do, I don't like to. I get a little hot.
I sweat butter.
I like sheets. I don't like the comforter. Get those comforters away. Just sheets.
And I'll tell you, normally before I go to bed, when I lay my head down, I have a good cry because of my choices. And it just wicks the moisture right off and lets me go right to sleep as I pray for God to take me.
Beautiful, beautiful little
Shroud of Turin was actually a miracle sheet.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
we can't legally say that, but
our guest did, and that's fine.
No,
Because Garrett and I didn't say that.
no, we did.
But the truth is, it's honestly a great sheet. I love them personally. I think you should go to trymiracle.com/normal and try it. Or maybe this holiday season, I don't know what you celebrate. Maybe you celebrate Christmas. Maybe you celebrate Hanukkah. Maybe you celebrate Easter at a silly time.
Yeah.
Any one of those is a great gift where you can get them that. And right now, you will get 40% off if you use the code NORMAL at checkout, and you will get 3 free towels. That's a bath towel, a hand towel, and a face towel.
It's a whole set.
It's a whole thing. What do you need? You're like, hey, I got one for each of my parts. I use all 3 for my body because I like to get real wet in the tub. But that's what you do with your towels is your gosh darn business. Yep. I like to soak it up.
Lather it up.
Sometimes I put it on my miracle sheets, the towel, because what's going to happen will need some absorption.
Yeah. That's like an experiment. I don't know what the end result could be.
I spill Kool-Aid on it. Like, you know those old commercials where they just dump some liquid on something?
Yeah.
I like to do it.
They're like, Miracle Made.
Yeah,
Let's get right away.
Oh, it went right off.
Or blood.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that for during an ad read, but you're right.
So try Miracle Made.
Honestly, I normally would, but
Trymiracle.com.
we've been given notes. So go to trymiracle.com/normal and you will get everything except this woman because, again, we're not selling Wayfair. So go to trymiracle.com/normal and get just the bedding and the towels and use the code. You're going to save money, and somebody's going to go, you got this for me for Christmas? Why? And you go, because I love you.
I respect you, and I want you to sleep well.
Yeah, and they're going to be like, but I just got you a gift card to Red Lobster. And they'll be like, oh, thanks. I guess
cheese rolls, I guess.
He's a big fan of going to Red Lobster after a big day at church in my church hat.
This is never going to air.
I like how my 2 dumb comments in the middle were completely going, oh, look what you said.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh, hang on.
Hey, blood. Okay,
Yeah,
man,
we
that's
did set
crossing
this
the line.
precedence, but
I think we did all right.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
clean.
No, but honestly,
we
it's-
only referenced
we-
selling women.
Look,
bodily.
we didn't bring up a certain actor
That's true.
tying anyone up. Look, and that's
The ad read's over, so
Yeah.
we're safe now.
yeah, we're safe now.
There's no more code at
And
the bottom.
that was more or less.
Whatever we want.
Could you not bring up the Flash hurting people on our betting? And I think, you know what I'm going to go ahead and say? Fair note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not one that,
Good to associate those with product.
not a hill I was going to die on. I'm going to be like, listen, guys, but it's hilarious. And they're like, it's not what he did. And I'll be like, I know, but that's why I find it funny. And they're like, could you just say it's comfortable? I'm like, I do think they're
I
comfortable.
think it's comfortable. Yeah.
I also think they could be comfortable for anyone, even if it's the Flash.
Is the ad read over? I'm not.
It's over.
Oh, it's long.
Okay.
Long over.
No, they. So's the
All just gravy,
sponsorship.
baby.
Yeah, that one's gone.
Hey, can we get
Finally got my sheets, by the way. They
How
came
are
in the
they?
mail.
Hey, like them?
I haven't put them on yet.
Oh, you gotta do them.
Garrett.
I've been very busy, okay?
You've been very vocal.
They're still in
about-
still in the box next to my front door.
Does Birch Gold want to come back?
We'll take anyone.
They'll ad read anybody.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Gold.
Oh, yeah, it's gold because it's gold.
Gold standard, man.
Gold is good.
Gold is good.
Gold is good.
That's
Well,
why.
I
we
can
would-
tell you
we
like
would
gold
be saying
by your
that.
gold sparkles.
That's true.
It's gold.
You do have a gold
Oh, yeah.
Vegas shirt on.
I do have a gold Vegas shirt on.
I got a gold chain on
Yeah.
with the healing saint on
I
it.
don't have any gold. You
Wait,
can
that
tell about
saint
this
works
gold part.
overtime.
Yeah, you dude, and yeah, I'd like him to start.
That's that saint.
Right here.
That saint wrapped himself around your neck and went, "Oh, this is going to be a project."
Yeah, like, oh, come on, I got to do this. I do pray a lot more than ever though, and it's starting to
good.
work.
That's good.
Is it?
I hope. Look, I'm here.
I pray all the
what's
time.
funny is like
That's what it's for.
What's funny is in no way am I joking, but I'm smiling through the whole thing.
Right.
Where I'm like, no, it's like because I'm here. But yeah, I had to make some calls. So Patrick Dempsey, who is 57 years old, finally won People's Sexiest Man Alive.
Was this like a long-term awaited appointment or something? Like what?
Like
He's
he's
been on
Leo
the
with the
cover.
Oscar.
Yeah, is he Leo? Like, finally, Patrick got it.
So I think we got to get to this. I think we should talk about this later. I think we should think about this for a question at the end of the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let's save
Yeah,
it. Let's
let's
save it.
save
Save
it.
it,
Let's
save
save
it.
it.
I'm 57.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you 57?
I'm 57.
You look
Really? You
great.
don't
You
look
don't
57.
look 57.
I'm 57.
Look at the gray hair. But other than that,
I would say a hard
look-
40, a hard 45.
Yeah.
Like a
hard-
rough 45.
A hard 45. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I met you when you were 47 then. 37.
No, it's got to be. Well, I've known you since
37 you were when I met you.
probably.
You look better
20 years
now.
ago, damn.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No, for real.
You guys are. No, but I'm looking right at your face, and I'm like, okay.
There.
Here comes the other shoe.
You know,
At least Angela just flat out says it. She goes, "You look like a hard 45."
I mean, you carry your alcoholism weight great.
Really well.
I do. Trust me.
You do though. Honestly, like you work out, you take care of yourself. You're a high functioning.
Most of the time,
Athletic.
right up until 10 p.m.
yeah.
10 p.m., and then just the wheels fall off.
Area.
I can't. I sleep with a breathing machine.
Mm-hmm.
The CPAP.
CPAP.
Yeah, because I've made again choices. And when I forget it because my body just the second I sit down, I'm unconscious. I don't
think
know.
that's dad energy.
Is it?
I think that's totally dad energy because like my dad would do that. He'd just sit on the couch and you'd be in mid conversation and then he'd be asleep.
Yeah.
And then several of my other dads, all of my other dads, several of my friends'
other
dads
dads.
did the same thing. So I think it's just dad energy. All my gay dads
Yeah, my-
just fall asleep.
My 5 gay fathers.
Your mom just wore the crap out of them. Good Lord.
One straight woman. It's like a reverse.
They work a lot.
She married 5 husbands. You're like, what religion is this?
What is this?
You're like, I invented it.
It's reverse Mormon.
Hi, I'm Tom Selleck for Reverse Mormon.
We're going to get notes on that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Would you like to marry many men? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not my first rodeo.
You like a man ruling your whole life? Would you like 5?
I was Magnum PI. I've been in more women than you'll ever see.
So many women.
This It doesn't matter how many times I wash this mustache. I don't care how miraculous your sheets are. It will not come clean. This mustache is filled with so much jotch. He's just dripping. You're like, is that
Crusty?
You're like, do you dye that? He's like, it's the only thing I don't dye, but it always looks slick. I'm Tom Selleck for Reverse Mormon.
Bet he does gangbusters in old folks' homes.
Dude, if he walks by an old folks' home, can you imagine? It's the first time there's been moisture in there.
What if he's the single cause for all of the older people's syphilis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just Tom Selleck.
It's Tom Selleck goes to the villages in Florida.
yeah. Tom
Gives the
Selleck.
entire
Passing it around.
community syphilis.
Oh yeah,
and leaves.
He was famous in the 70s. I feel like he's like James Bond. He has every STD,
Right.
Yeah.
so he can't be affected by them.
Right.
Did you ever see that old SNL sketch with Chris Parnell where he's James Bond and they're like, we don't know how to tell you this, but you have 107 venereal diseases. We can't ID a lot of them, so we just started naming them Bond 1, Bond 2, Bond 3. And he starts making phone calls. He's like, is Pussy Galore there? Oh, it's Pussy Phillips now.
Got married.
It's got the best ending. They're like, her, come quick, Bond number 3's eating through its beaker. But when
It's
he's like,
mutated.
certainly have noticed the itching. I mean, the smell, even just the odor that fills this room. And he's like, no. I feel like that's Tom Selleck.
Definitely.
Yeah. Where like he looks fine, but
It's ravaging.
yeah.
yeah,
like,
on the inside.
It's like watching the Ring tape if you have sex with
7 days.
I just didn't know what happened to his career between Magnum PI and Blue Bloods.
Well,
All of a
Friends.
sudden, he just, Friends, that's right.
Friends.
That's right.
Quigley Down Under. The
Yeah,
class.
yeah, let's not forget Quigley Down Under. Or
Alan Rickman, come on.
Mr. Baseball, which when he has to go from the Detroit Tigers and go play in Japan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason you don't know what it is. It wasn't exactly a blockbuster.
Almost Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he was almost Indiana Jones.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the first castings.
Wow.
I think he had to say no, or they canceled it because of Magnum PI.
He was already typecast, which he never ended up being typecast.
Yeah.
I have a dog named Higgins, named after the lake, but it's also cool because I pretend he's my butler. And one time when Wyatt was about 5, I did a video with him as Magnum PI and Higgins
That's awesome.
as the dog is Higgins.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
Remember, you had posted it.
Yeah, remember he had like the beer bottle and was chugging it and had the mustache.
Nice.
Cute.
How that didn't get Child Protective Services called on you is beyond me.
Well, thankfully it was in NA,
Okay.
and he barely drank it.
He couldn't.
You got to give him a sip.
He was too full of pills.
They know that.
Yeah, that's a problem. There's no way. The oxys he took off the table were already the real problem. That's got to be a sad day in court, though. I know a few people that have gone up the river for that because they leave their pills out.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Don't do
and
that.
the kid taking it?
Yeah, dude, it's not uncommon.
Wow.
That's why I'm Tom Selleck.
Reverse Mormon.
for,
Bring it right back.
for tight pill bottles. Make sure you put your illegal narcotics into my tight PI bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. He would do that commercial. What I love about Tom Selleck is he doesn't need the money.
But he'll do it.
That's what I love about the reverse mortgage. Is it's like this is a scam where we take people's homes, and he's like, sure. Like, you're 80, you don't have to do this. He's like, right, but I could still hurt a lot of people, so let's do it.
I just like seeing all the commercials that people do that you wouldn't expect seeing a commercial like
Jason Alexander. I just saw Jason Alexander in one. I was like,
on a cell
he's
commercial.
like yada yada.
Really?
Stop yada yada.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was like, wow, dude,
Oh,
don't do it.
well, I guess it's better than Dunstan checks in.
Yeah.
Well,
The Seinfeld curse, man.
Yeah. Well, Seinfeld's killing it, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
That's true. Yeah, she's made a comeback.
Yeah, Kramer. I from what I heard, something happened.
I don't know what it was.
there's no coming back from that one.
No.
No.
It's not even the word he used. It was the descriptions.
Right.
It was the passion, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was really the heart behind it.
Yeah, the enthusiasm, if you will.
Yeah.
I think
Well-practiced nature of it.
I think one word racist outbursts are one thing. Racist outbursts followed by context.
Yeah.
Yeah, like more
and enthusiasm and
still a
energy.
big fan.
That's like, ooh, okay.
Still a big fan.
Well, I couldn't. Yeah, I'm not, but not because of that. But it's
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have my own reasons.
I know there's
And trial and error. I feel he still owes me $750. Of course, it's my own fault. I was the only one there with my friend Sean, and we're like, "Why the hell are we watching this?"
That's on you.
Wait a minute, what now?
Trial and Error.
Okay.
With him and Jeff Daniels.
Okay.
Oh yeah, classic. If you want to watch a comedy and not laugh, that's
That's
your
the
go-to.
one.
So you're saying I should go and immediately stream Mr. Baseball?
Yeah, Mr. Baseball is a good one. That's a keeper. You know, also Folks with Tom Selleck, although there was one part where he loses a ball in it, and I saw it when I was a kid, so I found it hilarious, but it's not a good movie.
Folks.
Yeah, it's
What's that about?
Him and Jack Lemmon, he's got to take care of his older folks, but you don't recognize him because his mustache is gone. Like, his mustache was like, I'm going to need at least $1 million to be in this, and they were like, well, you can't afford that, so the mustache is not in the movie.
Send it to Smithsonian or the CDC?
I don't know. I guess it could have just been still being used.
I was in a hospital at the time.
Yeah, I was getting a blood transfusion. I was getting a stash transfusion. Yeah. Speaking of movies, there's a new trailer out for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and I deliberately didn't watch it because I wanted to watch it right now, live with you fine
do it.
folks.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's going to be another hot one out there. In fact, there are heat alerts in effect for New Jersey, feeling like 100 degrees.
What is that?
For the first time in New York history, people froze to death in the middle of July.
What is it?
The death chill. The power to kill by fear itself. Your veins turn to rivers of ice. Your bones crack. And the last thing you see is your own tear ducts freezing up.
Like, literally scared to death? So cool.
Now, did you like the last one?
I did.
I thought I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I felt like it was one of the only times that they do that fan servicey kind of thing, but it worked.
And I loved Harold Ramis.
Yes.
And yeah, that was really great to do. I'm down.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I'm not saying it looks perfect, but the fact that you still have Dan Aykroyd and his insanity behind it.
Yeah.
And I mean that with love.
Yeah, because that's what so much of the power of the first one was Dan Aykroyd and his.
No, absolutely. You mean you didn't like the what was the Ghostbusters with
2016?
With Leslie Jones?
Yeah.
Dude, I went into that with an open mind when everybody crapped on it, and it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's horrendous.
Meatballs 4 with Corey Feldman is by far a better film. With more why was it that? It could have been so. Those women are talented.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I thought a lot of them were funny before that movie, and then I don't know what the hell happened in that.
You have Kate McKinnon, who's hilarious. You have
Melissa McCarthy, right?
Who's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she.
I mean, Leslie Jones was
Leslie
good in the
Jones.
role. I mean, you have Kristen Wiig is fantastic.
Kristen Wiig.
Always fantastic. She's in another movie too with Bill Hader.
Their brother and sister.
That's a great movie.
It's good. I can't remember the name of it.
What's the name of the director?
Siblings or something. Maybe.
The director is a good director, or he was at least before this movie came out.
He made Bridesmaids. Yeah.
He did a few other movies in the '90s.
He's from Michigan.
And I don't know what the hell happened in that movie, but it was just going at a franchise in the complete wrong way. So it was a failure. And then they came back and did another one in the right way. It wasn't perfect, but I thought it was interesting. It was entertaining. It was a good family movie. So this looks like a continuation.
Yeah, and I brought my son, and I loved it because I didn't really know what to expect, and it was actually really, really cool how they managed to do it, and they managed to pull everybody back together. And Dan Aykroyd is so interested in that world, and he always has been ingrained in it, which is why it comes from this place of being informed,
right? Yeah, knowledge,
and
a lot of knowledge on it.
I was watching an interview with him the other day. I highly recommend anybody check it out. It's him on Late Night with Johnny Carson, Tonight Show, and he's promoting Ghostbusters. He's got the pen, and he's showing photos of his grandpa and great grandpa, and all of a sudden there's 4 spirits behind him, and he's like, and Johnny Carson's like, this can be gimmicked though, and he's like, but he was a very serious man, and he's like, are you sure? So it's just, but it's Dan Aykroyd's just
he's very serious about it,
but he this total Asperger's coming out, and then Bill Murray comes out. And he's like, now, have you ever seen it? He goes, yeah, it was right here at the Tavern in the Green. This guy comes up to our table, right? And he asked me what I want for dinner, and then he just disappeared.
That's why that first movie worked so well.
Yeah, and because it was perfectly casted. And Eddie Murphy, who I love, was supposed to play Winston.
Yep.
But I honestly think the fact that it was Ernie Hudson really added to it, because he just gave this great fish out of water performance.
This everyman kind of working class guy that came in, doesn't know anything about what's going on. He's like, I'm just trying to get a paycheck, and he gets sucked into this crazy world.
Yeah, he was a great straight man to that cast. He really was. Yeah. And I'm the type of person where I'll watch the original movie, and then I literally, it's just through an open fault of mine, I don't give any chance to any sequel. Immediately, when I love a movie so much, like Ghostbusters, anything else that came out afterwards, I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
See, I liked number 2.
Right.
Bill Murray hated it, but I saw it in the theater. I got
family
up with the big 2,
That's it probably hit. When did that come out? It was 89. 89? Yep. That was your...
Maybe 90, but 89, 90.
How old are you, 9?
At the time, 7 or 8, yeah.
7 or 8? That's perfect for you. Because in between Ghostbusters, they had the real Ghostbusters, which was the cartoon.
Which I loved.
So then they family-friendly the movie a little bit, made it a little more kid-friendly. That's what they did with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2.
Yes.
Because it was that we need to bring this back to kind of a kid level.
Yeah,
I like the second one, too.
Dave Coulier played...
it's definitely not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, like I said, for whatever reason, I see one movie, I'll see one, and I'm like you were talking about it even on the show the other day with Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I'm like,
was there a sequel to that?
Yeah, sadly,
yes.
Yeah. Horrific.
Don't.
Horrific.
I'm not going to wade in the waters of Caddyshack.
I think actually, now that I bookmarked that time in my life where I actually watched Caddyshack 2, and I'm like, I'm done with sequels. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Dude, when they're like, okay.
Awful.
Let's get Jackie Mason instead of Rodney Dangerfield, because you're like, no, please don't do this.
No.
And then you have, it sucks too, because I love Randy Quaid when he's used correctly.
Yes.
It's just, he's not used right at all in the movie, where Kingpin is a prime example of the perfect comedy that guy can deliver. And, but no, Caddyshack 2 is a pointless, it's all about you were bringing it you just nailed it actually with the kids thing.
Yeah.
It was a PG movie, and the whole thing is basically based on the groundhog. That's the main focal point of the movie is the gopher. And that's the best part about the first one. Sir, if I kill all the golfers, they're not going to show.
Look on QB's face right now is the look that I had watching Caddyshack 2.
No, and it's with a guy who, Jason, he had a sitcom briefly. There's a reason you don't know who he is. The comedic timing is crap. No, he was in Weekend at Bernie's. I got to give him some credit there. And if I'm
one
wrong,
of the leads?
One of the leads in Weekend at Bernie's. I'm almost
So the guy
positive.
who's not Andrew McCarthy?
The guy who's not Andrew
other
McCarthy is perfectly stated. Jason. I think it's Jason.
Jonathan Silver.
Jonathan Silver. Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
He's the lead.
fast on the draw.
Yeah, look at that. You're good. What do you think of the new trailer, Angela?
I think for a Ghostbusters film, I saw very little ghosts, and it kind of looks like
good point.
Ghostbusters versus global warming.
You make a point.
Oh,
what I
here we
mean?
go.
And
Yeah.
Like with the whole, it's
It's
winter,
frost.
July, this is crazy. And it seemed a lot of that.
yeah,
This could
But
happen.
I will
Climate
give it a
change.
chance. Yeah, but it did seem a little like that.
You just made a great point.
that's a great point.
Y'all didn't notice that?
All right, cut that out, and we're gonna say it.
You didn't
as if
notice
it was
that?
already.
I'm so in love with the first movie. I didn't notice
Even
that.
think about
Really?
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
and
I was waiting for one of you guys to say something about it because it was so heavy-handed, I thought. But
yeah, it's like Day After Tomorrow, where it's like slowly freezing people. And,
yeah.
Oh,
And there was
no.
didn't
like
even pick
one glimpse of a ghost at the end.
That's true. Yeah, there's no ghosts in
I
this.
didn't pick up on
Ghostbusters.
that. All I heard was, first time it's frozen in New York in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sucked us all in with nostalgia, and you're
Yeah.
the only one that saw it. And we're like,
Yeah, that side of like the last thing you see is your tears before you die. And I'm like, that's great, but it's not like the tears because of the way you've treated this planet.
like stop oil now.
I mean, they literally described Mitch McConnell right up until that.
The ghosts of fossil
Al
fuel.
Ice in your
Gore.
veins.
Daniel Day-Lewis
There's
is
you
the
today.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Just doing this.
But his character
will be blood.
from Gangs of New York.
That
Even better. Yes.
Just sitting by the bed.
The Butcher.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Destroy your world.
Daniel Day-Lewis dressed as a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but playing his role from Gangs of New York.
Would be absolutely
And
tremendous.
he's in character at the craft services table.
Yes.
Yeah, but, so he's like, all he'll eat is marshmallows?
Or is that cannibalism? I don't know.
I believe I asked for the mini marshmallows.
Just takes the big
the large
dagger,
ones.
Yeah, you're like,
dagger and shoves it in a milk chocolate or hot chocolate marshmallow.
yeah, you're like
The fondue.
Yes.
That's a good point with cannibalism. You're like, Daniel, do you even know what you're doing anymore? He's like, I really don't. I don't know. I really should be good enough at this point where I don't have to keep the voice for 3 months.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Look, I do good voices, but if I stop doing it, I lose it. And it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous concept.
Not a good actor.
We're at Wendy's. Just order.
Yeah. Could you look? You're not actually. Listen, my left foot. I'm not feeding you your food.
You're a marshmallow man.
Yeah, you
Do it.
Well, I must stay puffed. That's why I'm eating these is to stay puffed.
Just give me
My
one.
body is mallow.
You give me one random character like that in a remake, and I'll watch it.
I will, dude.
Yes.
He should appear as every villain,
Yeah.
but as a villain, he's already played.
Yeah.
The villain of Daniel Day-Lewis.
From another movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, this is my Rolodex. This is all I have. On my powder, I have to do this.
Abe Lincoln. Do you want Lincoln?
Yes, you
Lincoln, there will be blood guy.
I remember when I sent him my voice.
Last of the Mohicans.
Like he sent in Spielberg like that voice, like in like a private tape or whatever, so he could play Lincoln, like the voice he figured out. And I just wanted to be like, you could sound like anything. It's
don't know.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
We don't know.
You could just do you. It doesn't have to be like, this is exactly what Abraham Lincoln.
That's what it was. It wasn't even like an interesting thing. It was that he just did the opposite of what everybody usually does for Lincoln. They usually go deep. I'm a deep Abraham Lincoln, 4 and he was like 4 and 7 years ago.
Yeah, I wish
He's like, oh,
He met one old guy from Springfield, Illinois.
yeah,
Just took his voice.
yeah. Where he's like,
The voice assumed this is Abe Lincoln.
my goofball wife always babbling on about her headaches. That would have been better if he just played her like that. This idiot at home. Why do you think I'm out getting syphilis with whores and boxing? I'm the president. That's.
you want to go to a plate?
Add Daniel Day-Lewis and Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke is good in any movie too,
Yeah, he's really
because his face.
Oh, he's out of his mind.
Well, I loved him in every movie, and he's like, I'm gonna quit to go get my face bashed in because I'm an actor and not a boxer.
Also, he should definitely get his lungs checked because he's got clubbed fingernails.
Oh yeah.
Is that
I've
a lung
noticed that.
thing? I've noticed that about some actors.
They say it.
What
it's
is
a good
that?
sign.
I don't know what it was.
It-
Where
we-
their fingernails are like really rounded off.
Okay.
It's like a little ball, but he has those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something about your lungs?
Yeah.
like
They
a
say it's
smoker thing?
yeah. Well, they say it could be a sign of lung cancer.
Uh-oh.
Well, he was huge in the '80s. That dude partied.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Some people don't like the Pope of Greenwich Village. I do.
I can't say I've watched a lot of Mickey Rourke stuff. Except for The Wrestler.
I'm sure you've seen Sin City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like that stuff.
That's kind of the only one.
And
you go further back when he looked like a real person.
Isn't he some bad guy in Iron Man too?
I hated it.
That's right. Yeah, he sucked.
Hated
He
it.
didn't suck. The movie sucked.
Well, he's also
He was trying something.
Yeah, but he's also doing a Rocky and Bullwinkle Russian.
Yeah. He's like, my parrot. Look at my parrot.
He's like, this is that I'm inside. I don't like Iron Man because of mask.
I tie Iron Man up and I put him on train tracks.
Don't like how he flies. I want to be octopus.
Whip, 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 whip.
Look at all my. I whip.
The whip.
I throw whips around.
Mickey Rourke doing Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, that's really all it was, though. He should have been twirling a handlebar mustache the whole
time.
It was an upsetting.
And tying someone to the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And that's a terrible character. Like, this is a guy who goes up against, who's the,
Iron Man?
Well, Iron Man goes up against Thanos.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like these real things. This is a guy with a whip.
Yeah.
We spent an hour and a half, 2.5 hours in a movie where he goes after a Russian guy with a whip. Who's like, I'm going to go to a race where people have cars and I'm going to whip the audience. And you're like, wow, this won't be a complete piece of crap.
That's high-level villainy right there.
I'll tell you what's going to be good, though. And that's the movie The Blind. That is the true story of the Robertson family, which is now available for purchase on BlazeTV. While The Blind wasn't a Blaze Media production, since Phil is such a big part of our BlazeTV family, we wanted to make sure you had the opportunity to stream it here. Because it isn't ours, we can't include it as part of the subscription. But if you'd rather purchase it and stream it here rather than on Apple or Amazon or something else owned by a billionaire who wants to fly a rocket.
Or BlackRock.
Yeah, mainly BlackRock. We wanted to make sure that you had that opportunity. So please go and check it out. I think you're really going to enjoy the film, especially if you are a fan of his or of Duck Dynasty, to see how that happened. It's a very well put together movie, and I think it's something that you can watch with your family.
Only if you're blind.
Yeah, if you're blind.
Yeah.
Which I
can't watch.
I didn't know he was blind.
I didn't know he was blind.
I didn't know
either.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Stop.
The whole movie, you're like, he moves around well for a guy you can see.
He's driving.
I guess they're saving it for the end.
How is he doing that? I don't get it.
I
How is he helping that blind dog?
So weird that the twist is he saw the whole movie.
It's literally the blind leading the blind.
It's like Book of Eli. What a twist. It was Braille the whole time. The whole time.
I didn't know that. I do like the Hughes brothers.
Who's that?
They're the ones who made Book Eli.
Oh, really? What else
did
they make?
American Pimp, Menace to Society.
Menace to Society.
Gosh, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Tons. They're a good team.
Good duo.
I like them.
Look them up.
I like the Book Eli though.
I love that movie. It's
It's
great.
two
I
words.
watched it like 3 times in the theater.
Yeah, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
If you put him in something, I'm gonna watch it, and even if it's the third Equalizer, I'm gonna go. It was fine.
Who else was in that movie?
I'll watch it.
There's another great actor that was in that movie. Like a legendary actor.
Which
Who
one?
was
Book
it?
of Eli?
Book of Eli.
Mila Kunis.
I was gonna say. Legendary actor from Jupiter Rising or whatever that movie is.
Legendary rape sympathizer.
Why am I? Well, I'm blanking on his freaking name. He's like a legendary British actor. He's
Wasn't
Idris's elbows.
Just keep guessing. Yeah.
just random people. John Cleese.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Oh, Gary
That's
Oldman.
what it was.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Gary Oldman.
He was the villain in that movie.
Yeah, and I never think of him as British.
Yeah, because he's so versatile.
Because like True Romance. I know I'm pretty, and as pretty as a pair of titties.
Professional.
He's a great actor.
Dude, Gary Oldman, to get cast as a Detroit pimp, as a British man, you have to be amazing. They're like, I'm sorry, every other person that auditioned that looks nothing like Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman won.
All you Detroit pimps actually came out to audition to be a Detroit pimp.
He was just
How
more
bad would that
believable.
be? Literally a Detroit pimp shows up for the audition. A bunch of them.
They're like,
They all get turned away by this British.
Went to this British guy.
And they're like scared of Gary Oldman. They're like, "Who's this Drexel guy? Does he run the hood here?" Just sitting there with a toothpick eating chicken.
I'm fucking Dracula over there.
Yeah. Whole time.
Damn, I'm never gonna get this part.
That's I know you're scared. Whole time you were looking at me. You didn't even look up at that TV. You want some chicken? If you would have sat down and said you want some chicken, I'd have been like, damn, this is a bad motherfucker. Dude, he plays it so good.
He's good. He's really good.
He's all scarred up and stuff.
Yeah, the fucking his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that's 2 days in a row we mentioned how good that movie is.
Yeah, that's true.
Daniel Day-Lewis as a pimp.
I would do it, but he has to be...
But he's got to be the butcher.
No, he's got to be the guy.
He's got to be...
The guy from My Left Foot.
Yes.
Totally paraplegic.
Yep.
But
He's a
pimp.
Yeah.
Paraplegic pimp.
All he can feel is his left foot, but boy, does he use it.
Paraplegic pimp. That sounds like a band.
My backhand.
It would opened at Ozfest.
His backhand is a wiggle of one toe. He's got a big ring on it. Just laying there. He's just laying there completely lifeless, like, oh, get 0%.
Then all the hoes are outside going, why are we scared of this guy?
Yeah, they're like, I think we can take him.
We can, just walk away.
They're like, yeah, but...
Can't chase us.
Before he crashed his 83 Fleetwood, he was pretty dangerous. We thought he'd just have another limp. We didn't assume he was just going to be neck down, toe only.
just
That
laying there.
He was going to be limp.
He still makes us please him, but we know he can't feel it.
It's just the power dynamic thing. Hey, Derek, where can we see you?
The perfect segue. I'm going to be at Visani in Port Charlotte, Florida. I'm going to be there over Thanksgiving week, November 22, 24, and 25.
Amazing club.
Fantastic venue down there. Visani, Port Charlotte, Florida. And then also at Side Splitters Comedy Club in Wesley Chapel, Florida, December 7, 8, 9, and 10. SidesplittersComedy.com is the website.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Saucy.
Dave.
You can see me this weekend, the 10th and 11th, at the Funny Bone. Mr. Matt McClary will be joining me. That is in Liberty Heights, Ohio. That's just a little bit outside of Cincinnati. Please come out to the show. Please.
Please.
I want somebody to hug. Also, I really don't. I don't like to touch. Anyway,
oh yeah, you do.
I don't. I get nervous, and then my hands get slippery, and then I got to shake people's hands, and I'm like, I'm sorry, and then I got to wipe it off.
And you're like, I'm not wiping it because I touched you. It's because it's disgusted with myself.
I'm grossed out. You can go wash your hands. I get real nervous in these situations. At the Comedy Cove, you can see me. That's in Springfield, Missouri. I almost said Missouri. It's Springfield, New Jersey. There's a lot of Springfields.
Big difference.
They're everywhere.
I'm not going to where the Simpsons live. I will be in Springfield, New Jersey, November 17th and 18th at the Comedy Cove. And then Thanksgiving weekend, the 24th and 25th, I will be in Tampa, Florida at the Improv. Come out to that. And tomorrow we will be announcing a giant theater tour that Derek will also be joining me on. That will include Idaho, Arizona, and some other... down
Montana
to Tacoma, which I don't think Philadelphia, Atlanta, LA. I can't remember if that's a song or for our tour schedule.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Whenever I want people to get down, I'm like, hey, you guys.
Check out my tour schedule.
Who likes Steve Miller? Everyone.
Everybody.
Who doesn't?
I do.
I prefer the band
Yeah.
to the front man.
Do you?
Yeah, I like the band better.
I like.
Why do you gotta be difficult?
You mean like
you need all the pieces?
Do you mean like the band who made the movie The Waltz, or Steve Miller's band?
Steve Miller's band.
Okay, because the band is good too.
Mm-hmm.
Last Waltz.
So you can find me on Nerdrotic for the Friday Night Tights show on Fridays. Mondays, we do Based Off Money on Adam Krigler's channel. So go check that out. And then you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. Come and hang out. I do shows.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
But you could.
You could if you wanted.
You could also sub to my channel.
You could.
By the way, thank you for who's subbed. Please sub and like down below. We just hit 70,000 today
Heck
after
yeah.
only being on the air for a few months.
Legit, if you're watching this deep into the show, you're legends.
We love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for supporting what we do. It really means a lot to us. And now we bring you the end of the world.
Yeah.
Ow!
All
End of the world. What's the question?
I might call a little out of order on this one. Hope you don't mind.
Okay.
I want to catch people off guard right now.
Okay.
Because we already said what it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think should be next year's sexiest man alive, Derek?
This guy.
Oh.
You?
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Oh, okay.
For the audience.
That's a hard 45.
Yes.
Right there.
Derek pointed at himself.
Pointed at himself.
And we showed the last day of Linda Hamilton's life.
That looks like it's a puppet from Waylon and Madam.
She's the cat lady.
Oh, is that what she is?
Her name is Jocelyn Wildenstein.
She turned herself into a cat?
She did.
Magic.
Wow. I think the sexiest man alive next year should always be Jack Nicholson eating a hoagie while swimming.
It's a solid.
He's living his life, man.
Yeah.
I respect that.
That's why I love him.
He's great.
He's like, hey, don't wait until a little bit after you eat. And he's like, I will
Jack Nicholson.
I'll do both.
I'll swim and eat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You think these tits made themselves?
I work hard on these. These droopers, all right?
Wow. Look at that look on his
does.
face.
That is a man
Those are like-
who doesn't care, and I love him for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, where do you get
He's Jack Nicholson.
Like, I just love that he has a party sub on a boat.
It's in a wrapper, too. Like, he brought it onto the boat. Like, he didn't even make, like...
There's another picture of him in the water eating it. That's why I love it, because he's like, I'll have my hoagie on land and on boat.
And in sea.
And in sea.
And I'll have it in air, too.
Land and in sea. There. Let's see who I'm going to call on next. Be ready. Be ready. Garrett.
Val Kilmer.
He looks like a Dracula.
I'm a big fan of Val Kilmer. He's a great actor. I think he deserves it.
And very handsome. Always was. Yeah. And I think he deserves to be told that every now and then.
Yeah.
We all do.
I enjoyed him in the new Top Gun. I think something might have been wrong with him.
Maybe. I watched his one-man show before it happened.
Dude, it's really good.
It was really freaking good.
I really like Val Kilmer a lot.
Yes.
And I
I'm
hope
a huge fan.
Yeah. Well, not after what you just did.
Well,
he's
not a fan of me.
Like, well, he does make us license plates and send them in. That's some of his art. His art's not good, but he can't talk, so just buy it.
Yeah, he's Val Kilmer, so you gotta buy it. He was a real genius. Get it?
Come on, guys. We've seen Top Secret.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Please, masterful.
Well, I guess next up, Angela.
Lori Lightfoot.
Wow.
Very handsome.
Make me die.
Gorgeous feller.
Oh, all right.
Pass around that one.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same beautiful
Yeah.
place. Good night.
Bye.